Did I ever tell you guys the time I fell off a bridge?
No. No. Yes, you have. No, he hasn't. The bridge broke.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you never told us
That's
that.
true.
You never.
We were hiking. And when Uncle Lance and I used to go hiking, we always wore hiking clothes, and we had these walkie-talkies, but they were earpieces, so you didn't have to hold the walkie-talkie. It went around like this, and you just talked into it. We could talk
Like
to each
mine?
other, kind of like yours.
But they belong to your mouth.
Yep. And so we always wore those whenever we were hiking, so that if we were separated, we could still talk to each other. And we were hiking along, and we saw this bridge across this creek. And we thought, well, let's go across this bridge. But the problem was the bridge was falling apart. So we decided that if we got on either side of it, because it had the main braces along the outside edge, and we just barely used the armrest braces to hold us up so we kept our balance, we could easily work our way across this big creek, and it was real deep. It was about from up there, the second floor, to here. That's how tall it was. And we're creaking along. We get to the middle, and we both kind of stop and go, we're halfway there. And he's on the other side, and I'm right here. And all of a sudden you hear, and I realize that I'm falling backwards, and I go, ah! And I'm grabbing for air, and his eyes got real big, and I fell backwards, and there was a tree behind me, and I fell, and I hit that tree, and then I fell, and when I hit the tree, it knocked me out. So I fell, and I woke up, and I was laying on a big rock in the middle of the water of this creek, and Lance was already on the shoreline. And he saw me open my eyes, and I was completely dry because my feet landed on a rock and my back landed on a rock. So none of me landed in the water, which would have felt a whole lot better than the rock. And he looked at me, and I opened my eyes, and I went, I think I fell. And he started laughing. He laughed at me, and all the way home laughed at me. He said, that was the funniest thing. He goes, your eyes got real big, and you just looked like you were falling. And he said, then you were reaching for air. And I said, I was trying to grab you and pull you with me.
And then he would have fell in the water.
And then he would have fell in the water and fell all the way down. But I got my revenge, because we used to go run around at night. We'd go camping out at this little place close to where I lived. Mom and Dad lived, and they had it was all woods, and we used to go camping, and then we started they built these roads out there because they were going to build houses. Well, there's roads out there, but you weren't supposed to be out there because they were building. So at night we'd go roam all around there, these roads, and play like we were spies or something. So we're running around out there. There's three of us. There's Uncle Lance and me and a friend of ours named Todd, and we're in camouflage and probably carrying BB guns that we probably shouldn't have had out there. And we were probably Christopher's age. And we're running out there, except Todd, he probably carried a .22 rifle. And he kind of thought he was Rambo. And so
And Superman.
we're resting for a minute. Yeah, that's another story. But we're resting for a minute on the side of a bridge that's concrete. It's got a concrete wall, and we're sitting there resting. It's probably midnight, and we're resting a minute. We're catching our breath because we've been hiking for hours.
Did you see each other?
Yeah, we were like from Mommy and
But
me.
could you see?
Yeah, you can see it. The moon was full, but it was real dark. But it was still light. It was nighttime. And Todd and I are sitting together here, and Uncle Lance is sitting where the couch is, and there's a road right there. We're on a bridge, and all of a sudden, over the hill, headlights, and it was a police car. And we weren't supposed to be out there. So everybody goes, Todd goes, duck! So we swing backwards and fall off the bridge. Well, we just felt like rolled over, like from this step down, and we laid flat. And you hear Lance just go like this, and then for a few seconds there's quiet, and then all of a sudden you hear, ah! Boom, boom, boom. Oh! And he was on a bridge, and it was nothing behind him but a big fall, and he fell like 15 feet, landed and rolled down the rest of the hill, and landed in a creek. So the police car goes by and he didn't see us, and we got up and we're looking around and go, Lance, are you okay? And we hear,
Now tell us the story that Don thought he was Superman.